We're going to talk to or listen to an extraordinary best-selling author who is a native from Philadelphia, who has been bringing some great prose around the world for many, many years. We're now getting on her bandwagon and hopefully become a fan of her club. I'd like for this extraordinary best-selling author to give us your full name, and then when did you know that you had the gift to write and to create great prose?
Oh, my name is Allison Whittenberg, and I've always loved reading, and always liked to escape in books, and just liked where books could take me. But had some teachers, actually, who encouraged me to write. It really wasn't something that I thought could be a profession, could be on the horizon for me, but I had some really good teachers who sort of plucked me out of the out of the classroom and sort of said, you know, you really have something, and your name could really be on a jacket someday. And I was like, what? And it turned out through perseverance that they were right, you know, but I really thank them, you know, because I was very shy as a child. So.
Okay. Well, it's good to have intentional mentors in your life. Now, when did you discover that, in particular, seems like you've been very successful in the middle-aged genre? When did you know that that was a good genre for you to be able to communicate with? Or are you still a child always at heart?
I think some people get stuck in a particular voice, and when people read my writing, they say, you know, you really capture that 13, 14, 15-year-old so well. And I was like, well, gosh, I guess that's where I'm stunted or whatever. But when I first started writing, I wanted to write for adults. I think like most people think, you know, I'm going to write the great American novel, and it's going to be salacious, it's going to be titillating and all that. But, you know, this is just what turned out. I just wanted to tell family stories that I knew from Philadelphia, and that's sort of what came from it.
What I'd like for you to do is we want to listen to you from your new book, Tutored. I'd like for you to read the first page and maybe a little of the second page, and then explain the story. Give us a little idea of what's going on with this particular story.
All right. I'll just start here on page 1. Are you a minority, unemployed, underemployed, or economically disadvantaged? We serve the entire West Side, and we have services to assist you to a new future. Stop by today. Hakeem read that pace up at least half a dozen times before he decided that it was time to turn to the wall and start like you mean to finish. Still, he was frowning as he approached the converted row houses 4 stories high, sliced into sections for businesses and nonprofits. He entered the East Wing. Inside, there were pamphlets on the table and posters on every wall promising cures for social problems. One poster read, "Build, brother, build," and featured a few dark-skinned individuals looking cheery. Though not a living soul was around, he felt like someone was pointing at him. All this paraphernalia felt aimed at him like a cannon. So that's from the first page of it, and the setup is sort of like a Romeo and Juliet sort of thing. We have Hakeem, and he's adrift. He's coming out of foster care, coming out of being in the system, and he's from Cincinnati moving to Philadelphia, and he comes to the tutoring center, and one of his tutors is Wendy, and she's from sort of the other side, a well-off family in the outskirts of Philadelphia. And slowly but surely, they move from kind of a, you know, distrustful relationship to, you know, an actual relationship where they sort of see some common ground and, you know, sort of what can come from that. And both their families are against this. They don't see any future in this. But I really wanted to write something, you know, 16, 17-year-olds trying to find their way in life and sort of seeing something in each other.
Now, in real-life preparation for this particular book, you know, the lifestyle of Philadelphia is one thing, but then, again, rumor has it you went to University of Wisconsin, so you were able to, in your own personal life, see a diversity of this great country, per se.
Oh, yes. and there's perceptions flowing all directions. And I just think it's funny. You go from state to state sometimes. You go from block to block. You get a totally different version of things and just what people think of people from the inner city. And it's just stereotypes abound. And what people think of people from the suburbs, too. So I think, we're still in the struggle to be seen as an individual, but have pride as a group. So it's very, very, it's interesting. I've been in a lot of situations where I've been misjudged both ways. Some people see me as quote unquote street when they first look at me, and then some people see me as, oh, well, she was probably son of Silver Spoon or whatever. So I don't know. I'm just me.
Well, that's good for you to be me. What else could you be? Oh, I was going to do a Broadway tune there. But when you do a book like this, are you trying to teach certain types of lessons? What are some of the goals? Because it's obviously a part of what you want to be able to do is to convey certain kind of, I guess, positive ideology, or at least create some kind of discussion. So when a person reads this book, what kind of discussions you want this young person to begin to say within themselves or with their crew?
Well, just give people a chance because, I hear like a lot of things that sort of limit, before you even get out the door. And I guess I want to have people at least think before they put their roadblock between them and someone else. Because I think, we have a lot more in common, and we'll always have a lot more in common. Some of the reviews that I read, they were like, well, why are these two people together? It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, they're two young people of the same heritage. And so what if one is rich and one is poor? They do have that in common, and, I kind of see where it's kind of an artificial sort of thing. But I hear these terms being thrown around, and I think they're kind of, they're not getting us anywhere.
Okay. When a person goes out today and get a copy of the book, give me the takeaway, and then give me any instruction on how to get the book. Let me know about any website, Facebook, etc., so we can be a part of your extraordinary world.
Well, thank you. AllisonWhittenberg.com. You can always go to that, and they have information on Tutored, and then the other books that I've written. You could look on Amazon, you could look at Barnes & Noble, Borders, anywhere that books are sold. You could pretty much find Tutored. But I want people to have a little laugh from this, maybe a little cry, too, from the book. It is romantic, so, Valentine's Day, it might be nice to read right before that. But I hope it reminds you of people that you know. I'm sure it'll hit someone in your family, and I hope it circulates. You read it, pass around to someone else, and have them read it too.
Well, thank you so very much. Well, we appreciate you sharing that. We always like to also end on a personal note. How's your main man? Was it Marlo?
Marlo actually is I think I put that in there. He's my son.
Oh, okay.
He's not my main squeeze. That was a joke.
Okay, well, but he's still your main man,
Yeah, I have one son. And
okay.
That's my main man, Marlo. And it's just so funny because people have always asked me why did I name him after why did I give him a girl's name? So I always put my main man, Marlo.
Okay.
So.
Well, you give my regards to Marlo. How old is Marlo?
Marlo is 3.
Okay.
He loves to read though, so I'm starting him really early.
Well, that's a good thing. We'll give my regards to him, and we always like to do something on a personal note because we are into family. You have a great and wonderful day. This will be heard over and over again at DrAlvin.com, the website, DrAlvin.com on Facebook, and also DrAlvin.com now on YouTube. Okay.
Okay, but can I give out a Valentine's wish to my sweetheart?
Sure.
Okay. Happy Valentine's Day, Mike. Thanks.
Sound like a plan. You take care.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.